Top of it, man. It's your boy Coach One Stack. And man, this is sad, man. It seems like your boy Big Meech been working with the FBI and J Bo from BMF J Bo got caught with 53 bricks, and J Bo probably going to the penitentiary for life. And hey, man, if you don't know who J Bo is, J Bo stands for Junior Boss. This was Big Meech's second in command. And hey, man, J Bo did 10 years on this conspiracy when BMF went down. J Bo did a couple years for doing a PPP fraud and just got out the penitentiary. But J Bo just got caught with 53 bricks and 3 firearms. Guess what that means, y'all? J Bo ain't never gonna see the light of day. But the thing is, hey man, sources say that Big Meech allegedly snitched and set J Bo up, just like Big Meech allegedly set up Cuffy. You dig what I'm saying? Right now. So let me break it down for you. If y'all ain't never been to the feds, which I've never been, when you get out the feds, you have 5 years federal probation. Start asking yourself this question. What kind of job does Big Meech work? What job does he work? See, you have to get a job when you're on federal probation, people. Now, it seems like Big Meech's job is setting people up, just like he did Cuffy to get up out of the penitentiary. Y'all can go listen to that video and watch that video for yourself. But J Bo is his second in command, and this man has been caught with 53 bricks and 3 firearms. And being a convicted felon, J Bo ain't never gonna see the light of day. But guys, we believe that Big Meech did it so he can get off paperwork. Because here's the thing: what you didn't know is that mansion that Big Meech was living in Miami, that was Floyd's mansion that Floyd Mayweather lost. Now he's staying in a penthouse. But the thing is, the FBI will let you do your thing. How do I know? Guys, I'm prior law enforcement. I had many CIs on my payroll. You dig what I'm saying? I know how this stuff kind of go. But man, let me introduce y'all to J Bo and let me show you who he used to be, what he became, and where he going to now, man. But make sure you like and subscribe and stay tuned into this video, man, because this going to be a banger.
Point did you get the title of J Bo?
That's when he had the white Benz. Smoking. I'm like, bro. I say, man, I've been with you, man. You see, I've been producing for you. Now, I got a way that you can make more money. You know what I'm saying? He's like, how is that? I say, well, you know what I'm getting for mine. You know what I'm saying? I say, what if you just make me your partner? You know, we getting them for 15. You can give them to me for, 16. 16.5. I'm going to bring us back 26. He looked at me like, hit the blunt. We rolled for about 10 minutes. He ain't say nothing. I'm like, damn, I'm up. He said, know what? I like how you think. I don't know. I think he blurted out like, hey, Junior Boss, J Bo. He said, from here on out, I'm calling you J Bo.
When it's time to get dope, I take off. Before the feds get the dope, I take off.
With all of the different ways that you can make money nowadays, it always baffles me when I see people who, made it out to life or had a chance to get out to life actually go back to doing the things that sent them to jail in the past. Now, in this particular situation, we have an individual who goes by the name of J Bo, who was affiliated with BMF boss Big Meech. Now, after serving time for cases, associated with his affiliation with BMF, he would also catch a case a few years ago.
Roundup of drug mafia suspects by the U.S. Attorney's Office. Tonight, more than 24 of the Metro's biggest suppliers are off the streets. First Alert 4's Russell Kinsall is following this story tonight.
Yeah, Corey, according to federal prosecutors, this was a drug distribution and money laundering operation. One suspect even charged with fraudulently getting a PPP loan during the pandemic.
Yeah, there's even an accusation drug traffickers profited by applying for COVID relief loans. Those indicted include Carl Von Garrett, accused of laundering nearly $1 million of drug proceeds in a 3-month period. Tiffany Tiff BMF Nelson faces money laundering charges. Chad J Bo Brown, accused of submitting a fraudulent tax form to obtain a PPP loan.
Now, in my mind, after going through that with them, I would have been thinking like, hell, I know I'm hot. I know the police is watching me. There's only so much that I can do. Really, let me clean it up and go legit, because, you know, I got out the last time and then I found myself right back in the situation. And in that particular case, they're naming BMF again. Let me go ahead and fall back and get to some of this legit money. But, you know, unfortunately, like I said, he didn't do no time. So in 2026, he was still out. Now, there's a podcast on YouTube, and these individuals are former law enforcement agents who actually have come together to do a podcast. What they announced tonight about Chad J BO Brown, I don't think none of us was expecting to hear this.
we just got J-Bo, who is Chad Brown, and they got J-Bo with 53, what our experts believe to be 53 kilos of cocaine,
Man,
3 pistols, and approximately $40,000-$50,000.
Now you mean to tell me this man, a dude that's doing interviews, this be crazy. A dude that's all over social media doing interviews and all this is like accepting the load 53 bricks, sitting on 40 bands and 3 pistols. And like, listen, I ain't got no issue with nobody having the money. I ain't got no issue with you having blick. You know what I mean? Protect yourself, man. But at what point do we stop trying to sell bricks? Like, you got to give it up at some point. Now, this man that got himself in a situation, I'm pretty sure J-Bo is in his 50s, right? He got himself in a situation to the point where, I mean, unless he tell on somebody and give us some significant information, he about to do the rest of his life in jail. Now, according to, this podcast, they're saying that J-Bo actually, was already seen by a judge, as well as at this particular time, it seems as though he may be refusing to actually cooperate or talk to the investigators about whatever all is going on with this 53 bricks. This shit crazy.
And he was complainted on a Friday night.
Tell him what that means.
So when you get complained, a federal judge has to, you bring your evidence to a federal judge, and the federal judge looks at it, and if they believe that you have the probable cause evidence that this person needs to be held and arraigned in court, they'll do that. And then a lot of times, but if somebody wants to cooperate, they'll waive that portion.
Yeah.
But J-Bo says he ain't talking to nobody. But he is now, I don't know if he's still in custody. I don't know what the bond was set at, but he was complained last night, a Friday night. So even the judge stood behind and said, oh, J-Bo, yeah, I'll stick around for J-Bo.
Now, guys, with J-Bo, just so you know, I don't even know if he's going to get bond, because the feds, man, y'all know the feds go by a point system. Guys, weapons and powder, they do not mix. J-Bo is in his early to mid 50s. Guys, he's getting life. He ain't never getting out. But the question you need to ask yourself is, that is the junior boss. How has Big Meech been getting money? See, man, you can go back to some of these BMF videos and you can see where Big Meech said, we save our money. We only spend 10% of our money. I'm of the opinion that Big Meech still got money from when he was locked up. You got to realize, man, they had a run and never dropped one body. And J-Bo wouldn't be moving no work unless Big Meech gave him the okay, especially up under that BMF flag. So you can bet your bottom dollar that your boy Big Meech is getting his cut. And that will be the only reason why J-Bo probably will not cooperate. But you can bet that Big Meech behind that. If not, y'all explain to me how he's living in all these mansions and $1 million mansions and he don't have no type of job, which the feds make you get a job. They will make you get a job at Burger King. Everybody except him. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So 53 kilos.
So at this time, we don't know all the particulars in this case. All we know is that they're saying that he's currently locked up after getting hit by the strike force, the feds. And they found 53 bricks. Some outlets is even saying 60, but the podcast that allegedly has a connection to the individuals that actually did this bust is saying 53 bricks, $50,000, and 3 blicks. Now, I'm pretty interested to see if they're just like, if he's the only person that they arrested or that they associated with these bricks. Is there other people that possibly went to jail? Where was the work at? Where was all the details should come out soon. But I mean, at this point, it's sad to see that this old man, because we old at this point. We ain't young. at all. They was young back when, you know, Meech and them was still doing their thing. At this point, everybody is 40 some years and old and up. Let's just keep it all the way a stack. So to actually still be getting loads of bricks coming in, especially 53 of them, is kind of crazy. Now, keep in mind, though, he still had other situations going on with the PPP loan stuff. Like, so that was after the Big Meech situation. And there's been other run-ins with, you know, law enforcement.
Oh, let me guess. A lot of y'all didn't know he got a PPP loan. How you think he probably bought the work, man? Yeah, he got a PPP loan. See, man, J Bo can't stay his ass out of trouble. I keep telling you, man, a lot of criminals are not the smartest people in the world, because if you find yourself getting caught for the same thing over and over again, chances are that means you're not too good at it because you keep getting caught.
Since then as well. So, I mean, it seems as though no matter what happened with J Bo, he still was going to try to get to this money. Now, there was a clip of a video where he was talking about going to talk to kids about staying out of trouble.
I really don't want to see kids go to the places that I have already been. Right. So I went there and you know, the kids didn't really know who I was, so I had to tell them, like, yeah, I've heard of, you know, the BMF.
They know who Meech.
Yeah, but when they seen, you know, I'm older now, so when they seen, they was like, man, who was this guy? You know what I'm saying? But I had to mention to them that, you know, I'm one of the BMF members, and I kind of caught their ear. You know, you got some out there laughing and joking in the stands. So I kind of like, hey, I think you guys should really listen to what I have to say, because it can save you. You know what I'm saying? So I spoke to them, and it was probably about a good 30 or 40 students up in the stands. And I think when I got through talking to them, I had everybody's attention, especially when I told them things that they don't want to hear, like prison.
Now, some of y'all need to take this as a warning, man, that the game is over. You know, not even just that, you know, the technology situation out here, what's going on and trying to do illegal things, and all the cameras and flock cameras and all of that stuff, you got to try to outmaneuver, you know, the footprint of the digital footprint of your cell phone, all of these things that's tracking you. Not just that though, but the money ain't even the same as it used to be back, you know, before. It's over with. You know, it's just one of those things that it's time for people to move on, especially someone that's almost.
People, the streets is dead, y'all. The streets is dead. The streets are dead. I ain't want to keep y'all this long in this video. I just want to let y'all know your boy J Bo got caught with 53 things, three burners. They don't care about the money. Guys, here's what they gonna do. Man, they gonna run them charges back to back. So what I'm telling you is J Bo ain't never gonna see the light of day. But I need y'all to tell me in the comments, do you think he was moving some of that work for Big Meech? Because, you know, he's solid. He's not gonna tell. But do you think Big Meech was getting a cut? Because here's I'm gonna tell you why. Why would J Bo go get a PPP loan, which he got caught for, right? If he already had a plug. Do you dig what I'm saying? If he already had a plug to get the work, why would he get a PPP loan? He just been pushing work. But y'all don't find it strange that now that Big Meech has gotten out and been getting comfortable and has no job and has no source of income and on federal parole for 5 years, he sits at home in a high rise all day and he travels whenever he wants. Guys, the feds don't give you that type of leniency, man. I'm prior law enforcement. But you don't find it funny that now all of a sudden his junior boss, his second in command, is moving work? And you got to understand, that ain't the first time he was moving work. That's just the first time he got caught. But you don't find it funny that now that he came home, Meech came home, now all of a sudden people back pumping work in the sake of BMF. Hey man, but what do I know? I'm Coach One Stack, man. Leave your comments leave your comments below. Let's get 1,000 comments, man, because I want to know. I think Big Meech snitching, man. I'm just gonna say off the rip. I think Big Meech is snitching. I think he lined up Cuffy. secondhand. He had the chick line up Cuffy and line up a deal. You can go see the video here for yourself. And now he lined up his own partner, and that's something that'll get him off probation. Like and subscribe to the channel, man. And you know the rest. Be blessed. Don't ever get stressed. Make sure you never, ever get finessed like these BMF mess. And hey, man, make sure you get your rest and stay out of trouble. And check out the video right here where you get up out of here. Church.